Hello and welcome to the Nashville Daily Podcast. I'm Stuart Deming.
And I'm Aaron Pennington.
Lawmakers are attempting to introduce a new state symbol for Tennessee.
Candied jalapeños are on the menu as we go behind the scenes for our latest video release.
Plus, more rumors arise as moves are made in an effort to bring Major League Baseball to Nashville.
We'll talk about all of this and more on Nashville Daily. Welcome to another cloudy day here in Nashville. Hopefully we see some sunshine going into the weekend. We've got interesting topics to talk about today. The more rumors, it's wondered, how many rumors does it take to make an official announcement in Nashville? It's like a math equation.
76.
How many official or unofficial rumors or official rumors does it take?
115.
Let us know in the comments what you think. How many rumors does it take for something to be true in Nashville? Before we get to all of that, we got to bring you our sponsor, Brad Reynolds at Think Nashville, Think Brad. If you're thinking Nashville, make sure you think Brad Reynolds. You can learn more about Brad at thinkbrad.com. He has an amazing YouTube channel with a lot of different expertise on the real estate market in Nashville. Also some great neighborhood videos. You can contact, call, or text Brad, 615-856-3270. If you want somebody who's going to put you in a house at the best rate, Brad Reynolds is your guy. thinkbrad.com and 615-856-3270 is where you can reach him.
So in a week and a half, we will be hitting our 1,000th episode. That was a weird noise that came out of my mouth, but we'll be hitting our 1,000th episode, and we have 2 YouTube comments we want to read from yesterday's episode.
Because yesterday's episode, so we talked about
this mug
right here. This was our Nashville Daily mug. We talked about how we gave it to a lot of guests that came here in the studio. Well, we didn't have a studio at the time.
No,
it just came on the podcast. And then we also, thanks to Norman Oswald, left a comment we'll read here in a second. I forgot we gave these away.
Yeah, we did.
As prizes on our Instagram and through the podcast.
We did.
But Norman said... he said he's about to hit the big 1,000. I've been listening to you guys since the 30th episode, he believes.
Thank you,
Yes,
Norman.
thank you. If clapping didn't sound weird here, then we would clap, but it sounds weird on a podcast.
A little golf clap.
Yeah, a little golf clap. But the funniest comment, he said, I had that mug. He said, I won 2 of them from y'all, and my kids broke both of them within a month.
Well, that eBay comment that we made yesterday about the $5,000 mug.
So it's even more rare to find one unbroken.
Dude, I have broke.
Let the circle be unbroken. Never be broken.
No.
Is it let the circle be unbroken or never be unbroken?
Unbroken.
Okay.
That's a Grand Ole Opry reference if you didn't know. So let's get into it. This is an interesting piece of news. It's actually my favorite piece of news. This is my favorite piece of news I've seen in a long time.
It's clever.
Pumpkin pie can become the Tennessee state symbol. So this is coming from News Channel 4, and there is a Tennessee lawmaker that is soon going to try making a resolution for the Tennessee House of Representatives and the Tennessee Senate that pumpkin pie will become the pie of Tennessee.
All right. So if you want to get into it a little bit, it's designated to be so not just like the state pie or something like that. This is a resolution to designate pumpkin pie as a symbol of the state of Tennessee.
I agree.
So that might have a little bit of weight to it. I'm reading through this and I really fail to recognize anything Tennessee specific in there.
It's yeah.
There is literally
1700s.
There is literally nothing specific about the pumpkin pie.
I'm for
and the state of Tennessee.
I'm for it.
This is just hilarious.
I am for it. All right.
And the entire resolution.
Yeah, I'm for it.
There's nothing related the pumpkin pie to Tennessee specifically versus other southern states.
I'm for it. I'm all for it.
Let us know in the comments what you if I'm missing something or.
I read the whole thing. I didn't miss a thing. I'm for it. All right. So you may be wondering to yourself, well, what's a state symbol? So the lawmakers in the state of Tennessee decide on different symbols. We're going to read these state symbols, and some of them are actually really good.
Is this going to be like our official,
official drink, official animal, or
we have an official,
amphibian?
more importantly, like an official flag.
Yes.
We have an official amphibian, an official beverage, an official bird,
butterfly, fish, flowers,
fossil.
You're going to be saying that one, Aaron.
Fruit, Trigonia for the fossil.
Yeah, that sounds all right. I have no idea.
Sure. Yeah. Right, horse, insects.
Let's just start from the top, and we're going to work our way down. All right.
Rock. So I don't know, and that's trees, wild animal. We don't have that many of them.
We
funny
don't.
Enough.
But pumpkin pie is going to be another one, and I am for it.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be. Let us know in the comments. Is it going to be the official
pie
dessert
of Tennessee
pie?
That may be hard because goo.
But we don't. But we don't have a dessert
pie.
right now. We don't have an official dessert. We have a fruit. It is the tomato. We have the milk as the drink.
You were supposed to give that one away. I was going to make a joke about that.
Somehow whiskey is not on this list.
Okay, well, let's just go through the top. All right, so our flag, we've talked about this in the history of our flag. Adapted in 1905, the flag features 3 stars representing the 3 grand divisions of the state, east, middle, and west. The stars are bound together in an indissoluble, however you say that, unity.
Insoluble, probably.
By an ending white.
Indissoluble.
Yes.
It's an interesting word. It's kind of like.
All right, amphibian. So you have the Tennessee cave salamander. Beverage. Most people think it is whiskey, but it is milk. Or there's a famous YouTube video that came out in like 2012. Malk.
Yeah.
Look it up. Julian Smith.
We have a lot of milk here in Tennessee, but again, milk it's not anything Tennessee specific.
But it became the official beverage in 2009.
Somebody beat whiskey to the punch.
Well, so it's interesting because parts of Tennessee had prohibition for over 100 years. 2009, that changed. So the state lawmakers knew that was going to happen. They're like, let's put milk as the state drink.
That's an amazing that it was all the way until 2009.
In 2007, it made $202 million in the state.
No, for the prohibition, not milk.
No, yeah, the milk. Okay. Birds, you have the mockingbird. You have the bobwhite quail.
Okay. Apparently, we have 2.
Okay. Butterfly, you have the zebra swallowtail.
Yeah.
All right. Don't know what that looks like. 1995 is when that became our butterfly.
You've probably seen it, just don't know which one is the swallowtail.
The fish, smallmouth bass, 2005.
And channel catfish.
Which, 1987. So we have 2 state fishes. Flowers, the iris. When did that become one? Doesn't say.
Cool.
The passion flower. The Tennessee coneflower. Do you know what that is?
It is one of the official state wildflowers.
Okay, then you have that big fossil. Then I am not trying that name.
Yeah, you have that fossil.
You have fruit tomato. You have the gem. We've talked about this on the podcast. Tennessee river pearls over in the Tennessee River.
Yes.
You have the state horse, which is the Tennessee walking horse down in Shelbyville. Insects, the firefly, lightning bug, beetle, which is interesting because over in the Smoky Mountains, every single year, there's a 2-week period or so where the lightning bugs are in full sync. We've talked about that here on the podcast.
Only happens in there and a place in Russia. Yeah, in Russia.
You have the lady beetle, which is the ladybug, which makes sense because there's days I go into my house and there's like 300 ladybugs, and I'm like, how are you getting into my house?
Yeah, they have some sneaky way of getting into these places.
You have the honeybee, mineral, agate, reptile, eastern box turtle. I've had 3 of those in my yard in the last little while. Rock, limestone. Our seal is the Roman numerals. What number is that? 9?
That is 16.
What's a tartan?
That is I don't know, but the Tennessee state tartan to commemorate the important role played by persons of Scottish descent in the history of Tennessee. A tartan was designated with colors and symbolism relevant to the state.
Okay. Trees, tulip poplar, eastern red cedar, and wild animal is the raccoon.
So there you go.
1971. That's one of the oldest one. The oldest one was 1933, if I saw it correctly.
The flag.
The flag. No,
1905.
Yep. All right. So that is the state symbols.
Let us know in the comments. Do you think the pumpkin pie is going to fit in with the official dessert?
Or should it be moon pie?
Or will that be the official pie of Tennessee? So let us know with that. Okay, continuing with the food theme.
Or should this burger be the burger of Tennessee?
Ooh, that's a good question. We recently released on our first YouTube channel that we made, explore.nash. If you're not subscribed on there, I would highly recommend it. A lot of delicious content over there. We recently released a video featuring the Cletus, the restaurant Cletus, and their some featured items on their menu, and talked about our experience on there. And we've talked about it on the podcast as well here. So make sure you go and watch the entire thing. But we are going to highlight here a few of the burgers and sandwiches that we really enjoy. So first, enjoy this little clip from our Cletus video about one of the burgers. I want to make sure
It's the Skippy Tie.
Yeah, so enjoy this clip about the Skippy Tie.
Next up, we have a Skippy Tie. This is a fun one, especially if you like a little spice. So what we're gonna do is, this is just a traditional smash burger, so we're gonna smash this guy down in there. Hit it with some seasoning. And then this is candied jalapeños. So I can put those on the grill back there in the back because they'll burn your eyes. While those two things are going, we're gonna throw a couple pieces of bacon on there. Get those things hot and crispy. Again, I like to smash a burger at least 2 or 3 times during the process just to make sure it stays nice and thin, doesn't swell up on you. You're looking for that buttery bark to go on the outside while that thing's cooking. While that's happening, we've got our signature peanut butter, which is a Thai peanut butter. It's sweet. It's got sweet chilies in it and some other secret ingredients, but it's called the Skippy Tie because it's got cowboy candy on it, which is the candied jalapeños. Has the Thai peanut butter sauce, which is where the Skippy part comes in. So why not? We'll flip this guy over. We got that good bark on there, so now we're going to hit it with some pepper jack cheese. Gonna lay that bacon on there. Jalapenos on there. Got that pepper jack nice and melted. That on there, and then we put that nice peanut buttery lid on top of those grilled jalapenos, and there you go. You got your Skippy Tie. I always want to say something after Skippy Tie. From Die Hard, anybody ever seen that movie?
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
All right, we got your Skippy Tie.
This is my favorite burger here at Cletus. This is the Skippy Tie, and I know Shane walked you through this burger in the process of making it, but I just have to highlight this again. It has a Thai peanut butter on it, jalapenos. It has cowboy candy, which is candied jalapenos that are grilled. Bacon, burger. Let's do this. Favorite burger in I'll probably say in Nashville as of right now, but I'm gonna try it. It's just an explosion of taste in my mouth. You have the spiciness of the jalapeno that sits right at the tip of your tongue, and then that bacon just comes in the back of your mouth and dominates the entire scene. And then that burger, it's just like a very good burger going down. Everything is perfectly blended. It is my favorite burger in Nashville as of this recording. There's something about peanut butter in the combination of bacon. It's like a perfect combination. It's almost like chocolate and bacon, but peanut butter and bacon.
So a little behind the scenes from the video. This burger, the Skippy Tie, I think comes in easily as my favorite burger on Cletus's menu. It has a lot of whatever they are doing to it. That cowboy candy, the candied jalapenos,
The peanut butter,
the Thai peanut butter,
the bacon.
the bacon, everything they do with that it has made such an incredible burger. And so it's easily my favorite. One of those things that I crave when I go there. I want, like, it's hard for me to. It's one of those things. It's so good. It's kind of like Oscar's steak, egg, and cheese breakfast burrito. It's so good that I'm doing myself a disservice to trying other things, even though the other things are absolutely incredible. But that the jalapeno candy and the Thai peanut butter, the Skippy Thai in all is really good. And a little bit of behind the scenes story. That was one of the first times in a long time that you had buns on the burgers that you've tried because you've been having a lot of those burgers on a bed of lettuce. And you had to try all those burgers with buns on for that video.
I'm going to be completely transparent here. I actually prefer the Skippy Thai A on a bed of lettuce than I do buns.
That's interesting.
I think
I don't know if I'll. There will probably be a time where I try it with a bed of lettuce.
It's like honestly, like I just
get more. You get more of the original flavors of it. You don't have a potato bun to do that, so you get a little bit more of that flavor.
Yeah, so I enjoy it over a bed of lettuce. Like I'm actually like I crave that over than the bun.
Yeah,
which is interesting. And I also crave Cletus's truffle fries a lot. And I don't have those often, but I crave them a lot. But before you're going to Cletus, you need to get your beard trimmed. And one of the best places to do that is Bowtie, a barber club located in Donaldson, Tennessee. They also specialize in haircuts as well. So if you're looking for a beard trim and a haircut, and
they don't just cut your beard.
They just don't do beards. They do the works on the whole
head, the whole face.
So if you're wanting an ear wax, ears wax, I said that twice, nose wax, ears wax, eyebrows wax, beard trim, haircut, and anything else, go to bowtiebarberclub.com.
Okay, so now let's get to, these are some of my favorite topics to talk about, the rumors. You know, again, how many rumors does it take to make a true story here in Nashville?
61.
It may with an MLB team expansion to Nashville. But we have more rumors, essentially, okay, less rumors and more like new data that we can try and draw conclusions from. And so we're going to talk about that because recent things, this would have been just a few days ago. Don Mattingly was named an advisor to the Nashville Stars baseball group. I remember hearing the name Don Mattingly on like Major League Baseball games that I would like play on my PlayStation. Mm-hmm. So he's a very recognizable name. There's an article from MLBTradeRumors.com/Nashville-Stars. All of these are in our show notes if you want to take a look at that and read them for yourselves. This article is by Steve Adams. He talks about this acquiring of Don Mattingly for the Nashville Stars. He says the Nashville Stars, a hopeful expansion franchise led by a group including former big league pitcher and Diamondbacks GM Dave Stewart, announced Tuesday, this would have been Tuesday of last week, that Blue Jays bench coach Don Mattingly has been named an advisor to the organization's ownership group, officially titled Music City Baseball LLC. The Stars/Music City Baseball also count Tony La Russa and Vanderbilt head coach Tim Corbin among their baseball advisors. Stuart La Russa and Dave Dombrowski joined the Nashville baseball group, or joined this group back in July of 2020. And the Stars website still lists Dombrowski as an advisor even after hiring him as Phillies president of baseball ops in 2020.
Interesting.
Even after his hiring as Phillies baseball president of ops in 2020. There's a lot of people who are in a lot of different places put as advisors, which is very, very interesting.
That's not including all of the artists, like Justin Timberlake, Chris Stapleton, like a few of the big national
These are just
artists.
big names, and we haven't even gotten to some of the other big names in baseball, not to mention all the big names in basically every other field that this could possibly apply to. There's big names in all of those worlds, which is absolutely incredible. If you just search MLB in our archives, you have a good list of all of these kind of rumors, announcements, all of that stuff. So Mattingly, where is he now? He will still serve as the Blue Jays bench coach this coming season. They have a new head coach. He's been, and Mattingly's been all over the place, so it's a good relationship there. The Stars press release indicates that he will, quote, provide counsel on key strategic matters and work to gain support in bringing Major League Baseball franchise to Nashville. In a quote, another quote, they said, simply put, Don Mattingly knows baseball. He was a pure hitter, played near flawless defense, and has been a successful manager and coach because of his baseball mind. He's well respected around the game of baseball, and we are lucky to have him with us. So just a little bit about MLB Trade Rumors posted this about Mattingly. They said he has an immensely impressive baseball resume spanning 14 seasons. And as a player, and another dozen as a manager. He was a MVP for the American League in 1985. He was named to 6 All-Star teams and also won 9 Gold Gloves and 3 Silver Slugger awards. He retired after his age 34 season with a career 307 batting average, 358 and 471 batting line. Good Lord. 222 home runs.
I have no idea what those mean.
442 doubles and vastly more walks, 558 than strikeouts, 444. Overall, incredible player, especially when 9 Gold Glove awards are with this as well. So, one of the really, really good players of his time. Since retiring, Mattingly has served both the hitting coach and bench coach for the Yankees, hitting coach for the Dodgers. Following the 2010 season, the Dodgers tabbed Mattingly as the successor to manager Joe Torre. He managed in L.A. from 2011 to 15 and in Miami from 2016 to 22. That's the important part for me. Mattingly remained at the Marlins helm through a sale of the franchise and in a front office overhaul. But he and the team agreed to part ways late in the 2022 season. The 2023 campaign will be his first as the Blue Jays bench coach, and he'll provide some valuable experience to John Snyder in his first full season as a major league manager. So he's basically retired in a sense after his stint with the Marlins. But that's the important part right there. He remained at the Marlins as basically the head guy, as the manager, not the owner, but the manager, through the sale of a franchise and front office overhaul.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Marlins, they moved. I can't remember what city they were in, but they were the Florida Marlins, and they went to the Miami Marlins. And I can't remember. I think they stayed in the same.
Was it Tampa? I have no idea.
I can't remember. I wish I knew more, and I could have Googled it, but I didn't.
I don't know a thing about it.
Okay, so in addition to Mattingly, Tony La Russa, Corbin, and Dombrowski, some of the current and former advisors to the Nashville Stars, Music City Baseball include Bruce Bochy, R.A. Dickey, Mike Schilt, Barry Zito, huge name in baseball, Jared Parker, and Todd Zones, part of the Stars website. There's no clear timetable for when the league might earnestly seek to expand beyond the current slate of 30 teams. We'll have another article here in a second that'll tell a little bit more. Commissioner Rob Manfred has stated at multiple times in the past that he indeed hopes to bring about further expansion of the league, though he's also indicated that the long-running stadium issues for both the A's in Oakland and Tampa Bay Devil Rays must be addressed. I think they're still in Tampa Bay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know a thing about baseball.
So that's interesting. That transition, like, that is huge to get. I just think it's big within itself that they have so many advisors who have done so many amazing things when all of this stuff goes down, like they will truly have an all-star team ready to see this thing through. Like, there's probably they're saying, we know we're going to have 50,000 problems, but we've got a team who's dealt with every single one of those problems. And in the spirit of that article being released from MLB Trade Rumors, there was another article that had a January 13th update, same day. This is kind of like an ongoing rumors article, or kind of a compilation of the closest we're getting to an MLB team. This is from Sportskeeda by Lyndon Savanto. The last modification was that same day that the press release went out from the Nashville Stars, they talk about the Don Mattingly thing, which we've talked about already. And there's a lot of other history that it goes into at the very beginning. Some updates. The group's goal is to complete the construction of a new baseball stadium by early 2025. That seems a bit.
That's more aggressive than the Titan Stadium.
That's a bit aggressive, I think.
Titan Stadium is fall of 2026, and that has not even fully been approved.
Yeah. Do you think? I don't think early 2025 is even close to reasonable.
Unless they.
That's 2 years. That's 2 years. They're just doing soil tests right now.
Yeah, they're doing soil tests right now, and it's.
Yeah, I think they said 2027 in one of the latest articles from Music City Baseball.
So the article goes on. The group is reportedly eyeing an area of North Nashville near Tennessee State University for the location of the new stadium.
Well, we're going to get to that here in just a second.
Just keep that in mind.
Yeah. While the Music City Baseball Group prefers an expansion team, the group is also open to the relocation and rebranding of a current franchise. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred said in an interview that MLB is looking to expand from 30 to 32 teams. While he's not specific about which cities are being considered, several, including Nashville, have been mentioned. Other cities rumored can be considered are Las Vegas, Portland, Charlotte, and Montreal. I could see Vegas as potential.
Yeah, because the new hockey
Portland,
team
Charlotte,
there,
Montreal,
football team.
not as much. Somebody named Billy on Twitter that they embedded in this article, he said, calling it now in like a year, the MLB is going to announce expansion teams in Nashville and Vegas. I can't click on it, so I don't know when this was posted. Were you able to click on it?
No, I went to his thing.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Thank you, Billy.
He's a baseball person.
Yeah, big baseball person.
If they say in Sportskeeda, if the Nashville Stars are set to become the next expansion team in MLB, they would be the first new franchise. You'd want it kind of like the United States making states. You want to do 2 at a time. They would want to do 2 at a time, one for probably a National League, one American League.
And that's part of the reason we have the Civil War, because they were making Kansas, and that was one state.
Yep. So they would be the first new franchise since '98. That's the season that the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, which is one of the stadiums that was mentioned that may have some contract issues or whatever their issue is, and the Arizona Diamondbacks.
It's probably the same issues that the Titan Stadium faced, because that's the same age.
Yeah, very true. Pushing the team numbers total to 30, but that was 98, 2008. So, stadium's coming on 25 years old. Same as the Titans. They're probably starting to think a little bit more about that. There's just some more history of the article that goes into Nashville baseball history. We've talked about that plenty of times. But this is the latest update for the MLB side of things specifically. And, we mentioned just in there that TSU was mentioned, that is one of the sites that's being tested, in air quotes for those who are just listening.
And tested, we have a whole episode on what that testing is like.
Yeah, as much information as they gave.
That's linked in our show notes. But what's fascinating is this came out on January 16th from News Channel 4. $250 million is going to TSU infrastructure projects. They've had a lot of controversy over the last 6 months about housing. A lot of their students are being housed near the airport and then being transported over to TSU because there's housing issues.
But guess where this money is not going towards?
It's not going towards housing. It's going towards infrastructure projects. So one is assuming, and I know the definition of assumption, but one is assuming that that area needs infrastructure. Like it's rough.
Yeah.
From an infrastructure standpoint, and $250 million. So
what is exactly the assumption?
I think this infrastructure project is going to be for the development of a stadium.
So it's
part of it, not all of it.
So
part of it.
I think yes. For one reason, so I don't think it'll directly hit the stadium.
No, I think it will allow water mains to be restructured.
Yeah. So exactly. So I think it will be things that can be done on TSU's campus to help the possibility of the stadium being where it is. Whether that's just facelift stuff, so things by the stadium look good, whether that's exactly like some kind of infrastructure improvements for things underground or bringing lines in. The state representative Harold Love Jr., Democrat of Nashville, said that this money is the single largest one-time investment into an HBCU in the country.
And that was announced.
Are you a believer in coincidences?
That was announced by Governor Bill Lee that they were investing in his budget plan last year, $250 million into the universities.
And it does mention here in the article that it'll go towards sprucing up 6 buildings on campus: the Boswell Building, Davies Humanities Building, Elliott Hall, McCord Hall, Jackson Hall, and Harold Love Senior Building. Oh, no wonder they got a quote from Harold Love. That makes sense.
Yeah.
He's got a building. But, you never know. Do you believe this is just a coincidence? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, so some of the things are, the buildings are getting a facelift, but $250 million for a facelift for buildings. There's some other things happening, I think, behind the scenes. So let us know in the comments. Would it be better for a Major League Baseball to be closer to TSU, or will it be better for it to be in downtown Nashville in the East Bank?
Honestly.
Or will it be better, because we asked this for the Titan Stadium, to put it on Bear Island in Percy Priest Lake?
Oh, yes, that is always open for debate.
That's the best place.
It's one of those things. I don't know if I would care as long as the announcement is made and it's in Davidson County. Let us know what you think.
Thank you for listening to the Nashville Daily Podcast. If you want to learn more, head to NashvilleDailyPodcast.com.
You can also follow us on social media at explore.nash on Instagram, Nashville Daily Podcast on YouTube, and explore.nash on YouTube as well.
The Nashville Daily Podcast is an Explore LLC production, copyright 2023.